Hey guys, so as you know from my last video, we just got a new Anatolian Shepherd dog, female. She has zero socialization, zero skills, nothing. All she's known is being tethered in a kennel for the last 2 years, but now we're like doing the crash course on all things socializing, all things reaching into her hidden potential, tapping into that and bringing it to the forefront to make her a working girly. Also, I freaking love charcuterie boards. Like, I'm just making one right now. I love it. So where do you start? What do you do? Well, I'm going to start her, even though she's 2.5, I'm going to start her the way that I would have started her if she was a puppy that I took in. And that is coming into the house with me, just adopting the training strategies that I believe in, which is raising them right alongside you, basically having them tethered to you the way that they would have traditionally been raised if they were in the motherland of Turkey. If you could have seen her last night, I wish that I would have gotten better footage of her. So last night she stayed with my transporter because it was late by the time everybody got in, and I didn't want to bring her here to the farm at like 8 o'clock at night. My dogs would have been going crazy, and she just did not need all of that energy at her. And she was just terrified. She had never been out of where she was tethered in her little kennel area. So getting her to come out of her little building inside her little doghouse in there was ridiculous, because she's never had people go in there with her other than the one gal that would go and feed her every day. Aside from that, she didn't know people. So it was spending time sitting with her, almost having to drag her out of the doghouse, then having to literally drag her out of the kennel that she was in outside. Of course, it's pouring rain and hailing, and it was a whole thing. Then she had to be picked up and dragged and put into the transporter's vehicle to leave. It was just like a very traumatic experience for her, and it was just a lot. So then she went to the transporter's house, stayed with him, and she was just anxious, I guess, all night. Didn't sleep. Kind of had herself backed into like this little alcove that he has in his place, and just kind of put her back in there, and that was it. So her back was into the corner, and then she was faced looking out, which is a pretty traditional self-preservation kind of a thing. This way no one can get me from the back. I can see everybody out in front of me. And that was pretty much it. Like, she wasn't mean to him. She wasn't growling at him, but she was very much like, you're not touching me. You're not doing anything with me. Just leave me alone. So when I went and picked her up this morning, she was happy to get in my car. She's doing great on a leash already. Not, I shouldn't say great, but really well. Really, really well. She's doing stairs here like a boss lady. First time doing stairs. And just thank God that she's good with my house dogs, because I was prepared for a disaster and a fight with that. So if you're in a situation like this, because unfortunately this is not uncommon. Unfortunately, I see this a lot from people, or people reach out to me, call me, message me, email me saying, what do I do? Because the dog is 2-3 years old, and these are the behaviors that they're seeing, and they're like, this dog is useless to me, or the dog has bit people, or the dog is chasing and killing livestock. Like, just, we're learning that we can't go in the garbage. Good girl, yes, good girl. People just now having these big behaviors with big dogs, and they don't know why, and they don't know what to do. So what do? You got to start from scratch with this. So if you have a dog that has been raised basically to be feral, you need to go back to basics, bringing them back in the house with you. Potty training, crate training, leash training, all the ways that they should have been started to begin with. It's not too late. So you can tell she's like, I would like to go outside. And I would normally have her outside, but it is pouring rain and has been and is going to continue all night. So everything's a muddy mess. And frankly, I just don't want that in my house right now. So we go to potty and we come back in, but she wants to stay out there because that's what she's known. So I always tell people this is the best way to start them out. So when would I not do that in this kind of a situation? So if when I got her here, it was too much of a stress for her to be in a house, I wouldn't force her because it's not worth putting her into a constant state of panic and fear. The last thing I want is her to be afraid. So luckily, she feels pretty bonded in here already. She's stuck to me pretty early on. Yeah, she likes you too, Jeremy. And so she's comfortable, as comfortable as she can feel right now. But if she was like panicking and pacing and hiding in a corner and not coming out, or hiding under a table, or going into a basement and not coming back out and just like messing on herself, and that is not worth it. If they are in that much of a state of panic, and if she'd feel more comfortable outside, then we would be training outside, doing everything that you could do to bond outside. But like I said, luckily she's okay in here in the house. So it's 100% letting her lead this as far as how fast we move through all these processes. She's doing great on a leash. We went into town. We got a pup cup. But she's listening to outside. Jordan's out doing chores, so she's listening to the sheep, the dogs, the everything, the birds. Like we forget how much is just new experiences for her that she's never, people coughing, sneezing, talking, yelling to each other, like all of this, opening and shutting of refrigerators, a ceiling fan going on, like all of something, a broom fell before and she was like, holy hell, the sky's falling. So like, it's very much, we forget how much is new. Like you just take it for granted. So we're going to let her lead the way. Baby steps. Tomorrow when it's not raining, we're going to do more walking around outside on the property, seeing the other animals. I already know which dog, when it comes time for her to be spending some time out in a pasture, I'm going to put her with our boy Samson because he's like the best, chillest, most patient, gentlest boy. And give her somebody to tie on to and hopefully bond to as far as dogs go. And we're just going to let her lead the way. You know, that's the best thing that we can do in these situations. Oh my gosh, this boy. It's raining, he's bored. He almost fell in a water bucket. That would have been...
We don't talk about that.
That would have been fun.
We don't talk about that.
So anyway, yeah. So yeah, overall, we're progressing pretty quickly. Even within the last 24 hours, we're doing much better. So it's just going to take patience and it's going to take time, and it's just going to be exposing her to as much stuff as we can expose her to. Yeah, just everything new, everything exciting, and just kind of flood her senses with newness, just like we would a puppy. Even something as simple as the only thing that she's, we're going to leave that. She has zero idea of house manners because she's never been in a house before. We're going to leave it. Thank you. Good girl. Good job. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Like, the only thing she's used to even eating is the same kind of dog food that she's had for the last 2 years. So even, like, when I was doing the charcuterie board, I was like, do you like tomatoes? Do you like grapes? Do you like cheeses? Do you like, just trying to encourage her to even try new things. Because at this point, she's scared to even mouth anything. So it will come in time. I have no doubt.
Good news about her. I got her a pup cup, and it actually got on her nose, and she licked it, so that's good.
Yep.
Even a little bit of progress. Still progress.
That's right. Even little steps forward are still steps. So we'll take you guys with us. We're all going to learn in this together. We'll come at you again soon, guys.